talk about, or is it a vlog or like just a chatty video, I don't know, but I'm going to talk about my experiences with spirit work in witchcraft. I'm also going to share a little bit about, so yeah, it is a vlog, kind of, because I'm going to share a little bit about my packing for moving houses, because I will move to a new house or an apartment in a house. It's at the bottom floor, so I will have my own like garden and things, and I'm very excited about that because in my current apartment I don't have anything, not even a balcony, and now in my new apartment I will have like a little space outside of the apartment, attached to the apartment. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little garden attached to the apartment in my new house, and I'm so excited for that, and I will share my thoughts about spirit work as well as how I do spirit work and also my experiences. Yes, this is my house spirits. I have had quite a lot of encounters, but not too many, but not too little. It really is, I like house spirits. I actually do, because all the things I feel in this apartment, I hope they will stay with me and follow me to my new apartment, or maybe there is new spirits in that area of the land. I don't know, the houses themselves are new buildings, so they are not old buildings, so they will most certainly not have house spirits within it itself, but the land where it is located may have different spirits. I know my grandma and my grandpa will follow me, of course, and also a friend I have that passed away 2 years ago. I know these three always contact me in dreams and also in daydreaming, and when I'm journeying. Journeying is when you meditate and you like go to the spirit realm. They often contact me and I visit them in the spirit realm, and I meditate with them and stuff. So they will most certainly go with me. But once I was actually scared in my bedroom. I was scared because I couldn't fall asleep because I was so scared. And when I finally fall asleep, I was haunted by nightmares. And I always woke up and felt my grandma holding on my shoulder, like calming me down, as when I was little. And it was like she was fighting with the bad spirits with me in the dreams and in reality, because I could feel her hand on my shoulder, and I also felt all the evil stuff around me. So I felt like there was some thick, hard to breathe air around me, like a wall around the bed. And I actually got rid of this spirit or spirits. I can't tell. I think they were at least 2 or 3, or maybe through 2 3, maybe 2 or 3. I cleansed the jewelry I recently bought from a second-hand shop, and it was very antique jewelry, like a ring and a necklace, and they disappeared. After that, they disappeared. I was genuinely scared because they were so aggressively showing themselves, and it wasn't like hallucinations or anything like that. I couldn't really see, like, I know the difference between a hallucination and a spirit because I have actually had hallucinations before when I was very ill. Once or twice in my life, I had actual hallucinations, and that feels very different. So I must say, it is a difference between that and what this was. And my now ex-boyfriend, whom I know watches these videos, he was convinced that I was hallucinating. But I don't care what he thinks. Anyway, so I cleansed the jewelry and then they were gone. So I think they were attached to the jewelry that I previously bought in the antique shop. And while I'm on the topic, now when I'm single, I think I would never date anyone again that isn't also spiritual in one way or another. I don't say you have to have the same religion or spirituality as me. I don't say you need to have the same religion necessarily, or the same spirituality or spiritual practice as me, but you need to be open to it to have a relationship with me, because my past like 2 relationships, it was with 2 guys, not at the same time, but still, they were hardcore atheists and I was just weird. They genuinely thought I was weird. Maybe they didn't say that, maybe they didn't show me that or like shoved it in my face, but I knew that they thought that I was ridiculous and that I was like a lunatic or something. I will never date. I won't say I would never date an atheist, because I could date an atheist, but some atheists are like spiritual in a more general sense, or agnostic or something like that. And atheist means that you don't believe in God or gods, and you don't need to believe in gods or a god to be spiritual. I mean, my sister, she identifies as an atheist. She doesn't believe in God or gods, but she believes in spirits and ghosts, and she uses crystals and things. But she's still an atheist because she doesn't have a god. And I will say that I can date an atheist, but I won't really date an hardcore atheist that thinks these stuff are ridiculous ever again, because I felt so ashamed to do my magical practices and to do rituals even if they weren't watching, and to burn sage or to burn incense or to like burn candles even to honor my ancestors, to honor the angels and my spirit guides and my loved ones and everything in my religion and in my spiritual practice. I feel ashamed of that, and I couldn't do that. And I think I must be with someone that are at least open-minded enough to consider themselves open to something. I I would never have the preference or the that someone needs to be have to be having the same religion as me. Not everyone needs to be a Christian pagan, because I know not most people aren't. Not everyone needs to be pagan or Christian pagan like me. But I would prefer if I date someone that are more open-minded in the future. And honestly, I would like another witch in my life. Or if you rather prefer to call yourself a sorcerer or a magician, or I don't know, if you're male or female or both or neither, doesn't really matter either. I'm bi, so it doesn't have to be a guy or a man. But yeah. I want to talk a little bit more about my experiences with spirits. I often see like white and sometimes other colors, semi-transparent things moving and dancing besides me, and it can be like at my shoulder or in that direction, and I'm looking over there and I can see like here that they are there. I see them, I notices them because it gets like very cold or like a breath of fresh air, and I see these semi-transparent, often white or like bright colors, or golden or like light blue or so, colors like that. Things that dancing and just floating between me and the wall. Like, not that they are going through a wall, but they are like floating beside me. And that often happens when I am sad or when I am having trouble. It's like that you're not alone. I'm not alone. And I think they are either angels or spirit guides in that moment. It can be anyone in my team of spirits, or it can be someone that I know, like my friend who passed away. But I feel like when it's something blue, it's like an angel, or if it's like light pink or light yellow or golden, those colors are like spirit guides and like angels and spirits like that, or other kinds of spirits that are like fairies or the fairy folks and stuff. I have not very much experiences with the fae, but I have some limited experiences with those little folks as well, or spirits as well. Anyway, but when they are more like milky white and semi-transparent, I think they are like what we call ghosts and are like dead people, and I think they are not always people that I know have known in life. It can also be like ancestors or people from other lives, uh, or from my past life. I don't know who they are, but I think some of them are probably my grandpa, my grandma, and my friend. I think they are the main three that watches over me, and also I have my uh, grandma's sister, who I was very close because I was pretty similar to her own daughter that died in a car accident when she was only 19. So it was before my dad was born. It was his cousin, but he wasn't born yet because she was so young when she died. And my grandma's sister, Kirstin, or Kerstin, as we would pronounce it in Swedish. I was very close to her, and I think she watches over me as well. And they are the milky white, semi-transparent beings that are floating beside me and around me every time I check my back. They are there, and but I see those colors sometimes as well, almost always like blue or light blue. I have to tell you about this time I had a blue and yellow and black kind of Swedish bird. It's primarily blue, I don't know what it is called in English even, but I can put this a photo on the screen. This bird was this bird was getting into my apartment from, I swear, this little of a space in my window was opened, and it was this little opened, but it managed to get in anyway, and it wasn't even scared. It was like it felt at home. It was like it had been here before, or like it knew where it was and was visiting to say something, because it didn't was it I can't even speak. It wasn't even scared. It didn't want to go out, or I tried to like guide it out again with one of my parrots. I had parrots at the time. The wild bird was flying around my parrot's cage and tried to communicate with them, but they didn't care. But I took one of my parrot's sticks and I tried to like get it out again and help it out. But it just sat on my stick. They landed on the stick, and just I had it like this close to me. It was like almost as tame as my parrots, and my parrots could like sit on me and everything. This bird was almost sitting on me, and it was a wild bird from outside, and I was checking the color blue, and I'm sure it was either a deity or it was another kind of either a deity or a spirit of some sort. I don't know yet if it was my grandma, but I don't think so, because she always communicating as herself in her own form, as like white semi-transparent and thing. She's never taken the form of an animal before, so I think that might be the calling of a deity, and I will explore that more. And it was it was so cool because it wasn't scared at all. It wasn't scared at all. It was so at home in my apartment, in my presence. It was so at home in my presence, and I can't really figure out or explain why.